Oh, yeah, here we go again. Hello, and welcome into Ray on Sports. I am your host, Johnny Ray. In this podcast, we talk all things sports from my own opinion. You may agree or you may disagree, but all I do is ask that you listen. So come on in, buckle up, and let's take this ride. All right, here we are once again, Ray on Sports, coming to you live from the JMXKR studios. Thank you for watching this week or listening this week. I had a scheduled guest this week, and unfortunately, he could not make it. So that's why you see, if you're looking at me on Facebook, it says "Talking Live with Mr. Michael Huber." He could not make it this week, so I'm going to go ahead, go on anyway, and pivot. Once again, thank you guys for listening to my broadcast. I appreciate it. This week we're going to talk NFL, and for my friends that are watching on Facebook, please chime in. Please give me your comments, your suggestions. I'm still working with this thing. I'm still trying to figure it out, trying to do the ups and downs of it, but I think I got it. But if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, questions or comments, please let me know. Let me see them. Talk to me about them. All right. So in the NFL, that's a touchy subject. NFL is about to start in September, and from what I know, it's going to be a good season. There've been a lot of changes going on in the NFL. There's a lot of things going on in the NFL as far as player movement, things of that nature. I think the latest one was there's a trade that there's a preseason trade that sent an edge rusher Matthew Judon from the New England Patriots to the Atlanta Falcons, and that's for the shore up their pass rush. So we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, there's some things that's going on in NFL. In my team, the San Francisco 49ers. What are we doing, brothers? What are we doing? Let's sign Brandon Ayuk. He hasn't been signed yet. They're still waiting to negotiate some money. I don't know how much it is. I don't know how much they're trying to negotiate, but he doesn't have it yet. So they're still working on it. So they're thinking that, maybe they'll get it done, maybe they won't get it done. The thing about Brandon Ayuk is he's an outstanding receiver. He's a great receiver for us. He did help us win a couple of, a lot of games. But I think the money thing is a big thing. And correct me if I'm wrong. That's a big thing with, if you're in the NFL, money is good, is the biggest thing. You're playing for your team, but you're also playing for the money and you want to get paid, which is fine. I don't mind you getting paid for what you do. That's fine with me. Get paid, get your money, do what you got to do. I don't have no problem with that. So he's fighting over um, a couple of, they said probably got like a million. That's what he's fighting for, just like a million. For that, yeah, he's gonna hold out till probably the beginning of the season. But we'll see. We never know what's gonna happen. We never know what's gonna happen with him. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But as we talk about the NFL and teams, I'll just go through the all 32 teams. See what they're saying about what they're doing. How they ranking them. Things of that nature. And let's just talk about that. So let's start off with the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills. Their ceiling. This is a prediction that they have from ESPN. The ESPN prediction is the Buffalo Bills will go 13-4. Their floor, the worst they predict them to do is 7-10. The biggest X factor on them is their offseason changes. The Bills' offseason included significant changes. The team moved on from a number of veteran players. 6 of 8 2023 team captains have departed from the revamped wide receiver line. Khalil Shakir is the only one who caught a pass from last year to new center Connor McGavin, who has two starting safeties. The Bills will rely on those additions to make positive contributions. How the team returns veteran leadership, step up as a type of impact new players will go a long way on the Bills' quest to fifth straight division title. So for the Buffalo Bills, I don't know. I don't know. What do you think about that, Bills fan? You think you got a chance? You think you guys got enough? I know you got Josh Allen. You don't have Stephon Diggs anymore. He left, got traded, went out of there. So is Josh Allen enough to get you over the hump? Maybe. Could be. I don't know. So we'll see. But that's a tough division. The AFC is a very tough division to play in, and you want to know if you can you do it with that tough AFC East. AFC East, you got Buffalo, you got Miami, you got New England. Well, maybe it's not as tough as I thought. You got Buffalo, Miami, New England, and the Jets. Yeah, you should be able to cakewalk through that, especially when the AFC crown, AFC division. So, what do you think? I don't know. They might be able to do it. They might not be able to do it, but I give them a good chance to do it. Don't know too much about the team, but I know they made some changes, but they should be good. They should be good. Move on to the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins, their feeling is 12-5. Miami's got Tua Tagovailoa, who they just signed to a massive, massive, massive contract. Yes, they did. So to see what he's gonna do, in that interim, to see what was going on with that, I don't know. What is he gonna do? Is he gonna ball out like he did last year, or is he gonna have a horrible season? Don't know that either. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. So that's Miami. Um, they got Jalen Phillips. They got Bradley Chubb. He's working their way back from season injuries. We'll see what they can do. They emphasize Dolphins effectively ran out of pass rushes by the end of the season, which coincides with their spud at the end of the year. They emphasize building depth in this offseason, drafting Chop Robinson and Muhammad Kamara, who both started extended runs during the training camp. While starters Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb worked their way back from season injuries. So they got some questions on the defensive end. And if you don't know, if you ain't got no defense, you ain't gonna win no championships. That's the bottom line. That's it, and that's all. So what is it gonna take for Miami to get over the hump? Great play from their quarterback, great play from their wide receivers, great plays all the way around. But they have no defense. So when I say they have no defense, that's like you having a great offensive game. You got a great offensive team. You got a great offensive players, but you ain't got no defense. How you gonna stop somebody? Hmm. How you gonna stop somebody? Your offense is up there running it, boom, boom, back forward, bam, 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 bam. Then the other team got the better offense than you got. How you gonna stop their offense? You can't. You got to figure out a way to do it. So Miami's biggest challenge to me, in my opinion, is their quarterback play. Is Tua gonna stay healthy all year? Are the receivers gonna be the same as they were last year? The receiving core. Let me look at their receiving core. Let me look at it real quick. Their receiving core. So they got oh yeah, they signed Odell Beckham Jr. They got Tyreek Hill, and I believe they have what's Jalen Waddle. That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good receiving core right there. Tyreek Hill is a cheetah. He just run fast for no reason. He just boom, he gone. So if he can stay healthy, if Tua can stay healthy and Tua can find them, I think they have a good chance of doing it. But in that division in the AFC, they should be okay. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't see no problems with that. They should be okay. Now going to the New England Patriots, and I'm skimming through these teams because these really not my teams, but I'm gonna give you my little opinion on it of what I've seen and what I've heard and what I've read. I'm not gonna give you a full thing. I'll give you a full thing when I get to my Niners, but that's beside the point. New England Patriots. I think they're playing tonight on Monday Night Football. I mean, on Thursday night preseason game. Don't really matter. Don't like the Patriots. Don't don't matter to me. The Patriots' biggest thing was when they had Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. And now, from what I heard today, is they're cleaning house because they, like I said, they traded away their pass rusher and they're cleaning the house. So what they're doing is they're getting ready, I guess, for what they call it a rebuild. Some teams rebuild, some teams go on. And with that, there's some teams that have that championship caliber thing, and they never rebuild. They just get better. They might lose a couple of games, but then they right back in it. In New England, I don't think New England's there. Like Kansas City. Kansas City is one of those teams that I think even if they lose this year, they'll come back stronger the next year. If they don't make it to a Super Bowl this year, they'll come back stronger next year because they have the ingredients and the plan to do what it takes to get where they need to go. But some teams like New England don't have that yet. They're still trying to get through it. They're still trying to figure it out. They're still trying to get where they need to be and where they need to go. So they got Drake May. They drafted number 3 pick Drake May. They got Jacoby Brissett as their quarterback who's starting off. Um, Jacoby Brissett's been bounced around the league a couple of years. You know, he's a veteran, but I see it as some teams what they do is when they get a number 1 pick like that, especially at quarterback, they want to ease him in slowly unless they don't have anybody to get up there, to take the snap, during the first game and give it right over to the rookie. So what they'll do is they'll bring in a veteran like a Jacoby Brissett, Sam Darnold, somebody like that. They'll bring him in and let them get some reps in, let the star or the top draft pick, watch how the gameplay is. Now, the gameplay from college to pros, some quarterbacks pick it up fast, and some take time to do it. I don't know that much about Drake May in college, but I believe they're saying that he can pick it up pretty well. But for right now, Jacoby Brissett's going to take the snaps. I think he took him in a preseason, and I think as we speak right now, I think Drake May played a little bit in the game. I watched the beginning of the game, but I didn't. That wasn't my team, so I really wasn't vested in it. How about that? But, it takes time, especially if you're a rookie in the league. It takes you time to get acquainted with the nuances of the NFL, not just the money part, the the pass rush. The pass rush is faster. The defensive end is faster. The safeties are faster. All that stuff is faster than it was in college. In college, you're running against people your own speed, and you're going like, "Oh yeah, I got this, I got that, I got that." But when you move to that NFL level, and the big boys come at you, you better be ready, especially in a quarterback position. So that's what's going on with the New England Patriots. New York Jets. What can I say about the New York Jets? Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers. You don't know, last year Aaron Rodgers came in, first game, boom, Achilles, bam, down, boom, got shot by a sniper. Boom, down, out of here. So but he's back. They said he's back. They said he looked good in training camp. We'll see what they do. They made some true improvements to their line. Because last year they gave up 64 sacks. So they brought in some new starters. They brought in a left tackle Tyron Smith, left guard John Simpson, and right tackle Morgan Moses. And the key is to all this is to keeping Tyron Smith healthy, who's the left tackle, and he missed 37 games last season. So it's up to them to see what they can do. Aaron Rodgers, I don't know. Can I say he's gonna have a good year? Maybe. Can I say he's not gonna have a good year? Could be. But is that my call? No. I pray for the best. I pray Aaron has the best season he can have. Coming back from the Achilles injuries is a hard thing to do. But come back fully healthy and being out there and knowing you can go and knowing you can move and knowing you can. The first thing that will, what am I looking for? The word that determine if he can take it is that first hit or that first scramble, that first quarterback scramble. Once he does that first game, that first quarterback scramble, and he see how he feels after the game, that'll tell you right there how he feels about coming back all together. So he might be okay. I'll say he'll be okay. I think he will be. I think the Jets will be okay. But if he goes down, I don't think they have any backups. Their backup their backup quarterback after Aaron. Oh, Adrian Martinez, who's got 1 year experience, and you got an Andrew Peasley. Oh, and you got Tyrod Taylor. Okay, you got Tyrod Taylor. So Tyrod Taylor is a veteran. Like I said, remember when I said about these veteran quarterbacks that they give little or nothing? Tyrod Taylor is one of those guys. So Aaron might have a chance. He has a pretty good wide receiver core. He has Mike Williams. He has Garrett Wilson, Brandon Smith. They might do a little bit. They picked this rookie Marcus Wiley from Florida A&M, 5'11", 175. They might do okay. So it's up to Aaron. Aaron as a play caller, awesome. Him, I put as far as play calling, I put him, not far. I'm sorry, him, Brady, and Manning almost in the same category because they're those type of play callers and type of quarterbacks that can read the field, read the defense, know what the defense does before you know what they're gonna do. Now, if you missed my episode, to it, God, well, DJ Man, he was talking to me about defenses, about zone and man defense, about how zone covers they cover a zone, and man is just straight up one on one. If you playing against Aaron Rodgers and you playing man, and he put his fastest man on their worst safety, and he's gonna check it at the line. He's gonna like, oh yeah, I got him. Go. Whatever call it's gonna be, they're gonna call it, and he gonna go to that coverage. Because to be a great quarterback in this league, and to be a great player in this league, you gotta have intelligence, football intelligence. In different sports, they call it, they call it whatever it is. If you're in basketball, they call it basketball intelligence. If you're football, they call it football intelligence. You gotta know the game. You gotta understand the game. You gotta know what you're seeing at all times, because the game moves fast. It's quick, 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 and you're gone. So for a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, he knows the game, and I think if he can stay healthy, I think the Jets have a chance. Their ceiling is 12-5. Can they be 12-5? I don't know. Who else do you have? So if their ceiling is 12-5, the Bills ceiling is 13-4, and the Dolphins are 12-5. Don't know. I would pick out of the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Bills. I would take. mm, I would take the Jets to win the AFC East, depending on, but it all predicates on Aaron Rodgers, how he's doing. If he has a dynamite season and he starts off real well, then I'd give it to the Jets. But if he sputters, I give it to the Bills. I give it to Bills. Josh Allen. I give it to Josh Allen. Josh Allen is a tough guy. I think he has what it takes to make it. So I would give it to him. But you never know. This is the NFL. Anything can happen. There's a movie called Any Given Sunday. That means any given Sunday something can happen. You can go down. You can come out. I'm not wishing that on any player, but I'm saying you got to be prepared for that. Next, we're gonna go to the AFC North. The Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens. Their ceiling is 13-4. Their floor is 8-9. The biggest X factor they had was their offensive line. So they decided to go younger on their offensive line. They let go of Kevin Zilter and John Simpson and let them sign somewhere else, and they traded away right tackle Morgan Moses to the Jets. So they got three new starters up front, and then we'll see if they make an impact. But once again, their season predicates on Lamar Jackson. Remember Lamar Jackson last year against the Chiefs? Ravens fans, I know you want to hear about this, but Lamar should have just thrown the ball. It should have ran that ball and stopped trying to throw the ball. He should have ran the ball. But hey, that's a different thing. But Lamar is one of those quarterbacks that can think. He can think under pressure. But I think he lets maybe his in that game, maybe that ego got to him. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna say it is. I'm not saying it is, but I think he can let the pressure get to him. So he should be okay. They got to run it, but they signed Derrick Henry, so they got some a run game, so that should help them a little bit. They got Zay Flowers as their one of their wide receivers, and I think they got a couple other people. Mark Andrews, a tight end, Mark Andrews, a Hall of Famer, no questions asked. But they should be good on the defensive end. I think they should be pretty good too. Yeah, they got a pretty good front four and all that, but they should do okay. They're same thing with the Ravens. It goes by the quarterback. You see a lot of teams, and when I say that, it's a lot of teams that go by their defense. Their defense wins games. Defense wins championships. There's God, what team was that? There was a team that won off their defense. I think it was the Ravens. I think it was the Ravens. They didn't have they had a so-so quarterback, but the defense won the game. I think that's when yeah, that was it. When Ray Lewis was playing. Their defense won that championship. Quarterback just managed the game. Quarterback didn't have to do anything special. He just managed the game. But see, in a championship environment, what you want your defense to overpower like that. You want your defense to dominate like that. You want to keep the other team's offense off the field. So you want your defense to go in and get a 3 and out. You want the defense to rush the quarterback and hurry him up. You want them to you want them to punt the ball away. You want them doing 3 and outs. That's what you want from your defense. On the offensive side of the ball, when you get the ball, you got to score. That's the bottom line of winning. You got to score. If you can't score, then I don't know how that's going to work. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Going in to another one, Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. Bengals are okay. I don't know how that's gonna happen. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Um, they might do it. They might not do it. Maybe, maybe not. So I'm here live on sports on Facebook Live and YouTube Live, and my man just came in the building. My man, Big Mike, just walked in the building. So we're gonna get his take on stuff too. We'll see what he thinks about stuff. So I'm talking NFL. My guest didn't show up, so that's okay. We good. But we got Big Mike in the building. He's getting himself together, getting his headset together. Big Mike, are you there?
I'm here. What's up, everybody? How you doing?
Doing
Just
good.
had a
Doing
long day at work.
all right. All
Haven't
right.
had
All
a
right.
chance to podcast in a little bit. Good to be on with my man Ray on Sports.
Ray on sports.
Baby.
Now, do you want to be on camera, Big Mike? Or are you okay?
Oh man, I'm okay.
Okay. All right. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
All right. So we got. Well, I was going through. So I had a guest lined up. It didn't pan out. So I pivoted to the NFL. The NFL coming up.
Uh-huh.
So I've been going over a couple of teams. I went over the AFC East now. I'm going to be AFC East now and the AFC West. So we're going to the AFC North.
AFC North. Who's in the AFC North? Was that Minnesota?
No, that's Baltimore Ravens,
Baltimore,
Cincinnati,
Cincinnati,
Cleveland,
Cleveland,
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, there you go right there.
Baltimore is still a favorite.
Okay.
They got Lamar Jackson as
Right.
the best quarterback.
Yeah.
AFC North. Steelers in trouble.
You think they're in trouble?
Yeah, they in trouble.
Why do you say that?
They in trouble because the quarterback is a question mark,
Okay. Okay.
right?
Okay.
They don't know. They don't know which Russell Wilson is going to show up.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, and then they got what's that young man Justin Fields?
Yeah.
So he's waiting in the wings. He'll probably end up being a starter at some point if Russell don't do his thing. Russell really is on the way out. You know, Russell, in his heyday, it was good because you got to realize in Seattle, he had all them pieces. He had a
Right.
defense that would knock the snot out of you,
Right. Right.
right? And then he had Marshawn Lynch behind him. So he had running game, and then he had a few receivers he could throw the ball to. So anytime you have a running game,
Mm-hmm.
it accentuates your
passing.
your ability to throw the ball.
Okay. Okay.
So here he is. I don't know how reliable his offensive line is going to be. I don't know if the running game is going to kick off. He got Najee Harris back there, but I don't know. He got Pickens out there on one of the receiver spots, but is the defense questionable? I don't know. So he needs a total team effort to be successful.
But also there's that trade in the air too, the Brandon Ayuk.
But that it's not gonna make no difference if you can't get him the ball.
True. That's true.
Yeah. Now I have no doubt he can throw the ball, but and just him, Justin Fields, I think they can throw the ball, but they got to stay on their feet, and the defense got to stay off the field.
Okay. Okay.
So, yeah.
So let's talk Cleveland Browns.
Man, turn your mic up. I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me? You sure can't hear me? How about now?
No,
you still can't hear me?
I can't hear you in my headphones.
Can you hear me now?
No.
Why you can't hear me?
Game.
How about now?
There you go.
Okay, sorry about that.
We back in there.
We back in there.
So what did you say? Think about what?
Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland got a nice squad.
Okay.
If Deshaun could stay out of trouble. If Deshaun can stay out of trouble, they got a nice squad. They can probably win. They're gonna give they have the potential to give Baltimore a run for their money for the AFC North.
Okay.
Yeah. I believe it. They have a total team package. They have a good defense. They got Myles Garrett over there. He's a monster.
Yes, he is.
And then they got Deshaun Watson. If he can get back to that form he had right coming out of college, and he'll be good.
Mhm.
I believe the running back tandem is still in play, right? They got
Yeah.
Nick Chubb
Yep.
and who's the other one that got cut?
Who
But
got cut?
he got cut, but signed by the Browns.
Really?
Yeah, remember he was for some type of abuse, domestic abuse or something.
Oh. I don't see him on the depth chart.
Who's on it? Who's on the depth chart at running back?
Nick Chubb, Jerome Ford, Deontay Foreman, Naheem Hines, and Adian Robbins, and Pierre Strong Jr.
Oh, so they got rid of homeboy.
So,
I forget who he was last year. Anyway, Nick Chubb is a monster.
wow.
And so who they have at receiver? Who's there? I know they got Amari. Is it Amari Cooper?
Yep. Got Amari Cooper receiver.
Yeah, he's nice.
Jared Judy.
Oh yeah, they got squad.
They
They
got
got
squad.
those two Alabama boys right
There
there.
you go. There you go.
Yeah, they got squad.
So I don't know if they're gonna make it.
Yeah.
Well, they're saying that Deshaun will never be the same. That's what they're saying. They say you're not gonna get the same Deshaun you got in Houston.
Yeah, because that problem he had with them women taking the. I think that's why they gave him all that money because he knew he wasn't gonna be able to keep it.
Right.
He got that's lawsuit money. They gave him all that money. That's lawsuit money. So yeah, if he can focus and bring himself to a point where he can, get his mind right, I think he can return. He may not be, what he was in Houston,
Mhm.
but he's still a really good quarterback.
Okay.
Potential. Yeah.
Hmm.
He hasn't played in NFL in some time though.
No, yeah.
So, if he can, understand the speed of the game again, he'd be all right.
Okay. So let's talk. Let's see. Let's talk. So Cincinnati. I'm not really looking at Cincinnati. I think they lost. Didn't they lost the receiver?
T. Higgins,
Yeah.
he got traded, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's bad because that means now they can double team Jamar Chase.
Right.
See, before they couldn't.
Right.
Because off the ball, you had to be concerned about T. Higgins.
Right.
So now that you have to be, T. Higgins is not across from him, that's going to put more pressure on Jamar Chase to produce. Which, if there's no definitive number 2, number 3 receiver, that means Jamar is going to get double teamed.
Wow.
They're going to put 2 men. They're going to put one on the bottom and then one over the top. So he'll have a cornerback and a safety.
Okay.
So, I mean, he'll get his yards, but it won't be like it was when T. Higgins was there.
Right. And the thing about Jamar Chase, I think he's holding out too for money.
See, here we go. Here we go.
And the report I heard was that he's in his 3rd year and he wants his contract now. And they're saying everybody else waited their 4th year of their rookie year. He's in the 3rd year of his rookie contract.
Now, granted, he has balled out.
Yeah.
He is worth whatever they're going to give him. He's worth it. But he is putting his team in a predicament because, Joe Burrow hasn't been the healthiest person.
Right.
I don't who they got Samaje Perine. Who's their running back? Who's there?
Who for Cincinnati?
Yeah. Because they lost Joe Mixon a year ago. Right. So
they got Chase Brown, two-year player Chase Brown. They got a rookie Noah Kane, a rookie Elijah Collins, Chris Evans, Zach Moss, and Trayvon Williams.
So they hope if one of them dudes come through, one or two of them dudes come through. So, but without a running game, here's the thing, and this is what Jim Harbaugh understands. And the reason I'm referencing Jim Harbaugh because I am a dedicated Chargers fan. Don't trill.
I knew it was coming.
Don't trill. But the reason, and this is why I think Jim Harbaugh is sacrificing the passing game. He's looking to establish the running game. So now let me circle back around to Cincinnati.
Okay.
Cincinnati needs a running game. Joe Burrow to be effective.
Right. Right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
So
ahead.
yeah. Go ahead, put that on a loop, 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 loop. So without a running game, it's going to be hard to throw the ball,
Yeah.
right? It's going
Right.
to be hard because they're going to be sitting on it. They know okay. This is what defenses do when they know you can't run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
The defensive line, the front seven, front eight, they pin their ears back. They're coming after Joe Burrow because
Right.
they know first down is going to be a passing down.
Right.
Second down is going to be a passing down.
Right.
If they know every down is going to be a passing down, they're going to pin their ears back and they coming after that dude.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't have something to offset that, which is a running game, then you put your quarterback in peril. You're putting your receiver, Jamar. If there's nobody across from Jamar, and he's probably looking at it and going, "Ooh wee." So yeah, it's about to be a problem.
Gonna be a big problem.
Yeah, it's about to be a problem because without a running game, see that's the thing about Kansas City. That's the thing about
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City. Kansas City is good, not just because of Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes got an arm, got a cannon. Everybody knows he can throw the ball.
Right.
But they got a running back by the name, I believe his last name is Pacheco.
Yeah.
And then they
Mm-hmm.
got Edward Hilaire or something,
Mm-hmm.
right? So they got two running backs, Pacheco in particular, that can get on first down, he can get 7 yards,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
He can get 6 to 7 yards, potentially almost every first down. If you can't stop that, that makes 2nd and 3, you can
Very
do
hard.
anything.
Very
3rd
hard.
and 3, you can do anything.
Right. Very hard.
Very hard. It's
Mm-hmm.
hard to stop that when they got a two-dimensional attack.
Mm-hmm.
If you can run and throw the ball, it's hard to plan for that. You can't. It's hard to play defense against that because um then he got several targets. And he been hooking up with this young cat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's gonna be hard to stop Mahomes. So if Cincinnati doesn't have that, this might be a down year for them.
Really?
Could be.
You think so?
It's a potential.
Wow.
Yeah. If you don't have a running game, you got to have here's two things in NFL that I've seen teams need, and this is where the Chargers like.
Mm-hmm.
Defense is suspect, and I only think because of the coaches, the coaching, and then running game was null and void.
Hmm.
So even though we had Austin Eckler,
Uh-huh.
the running game was so-so. You can't have a so-so running game. That's why Detroit was so good.
Right.
That's why they in trouble now.
Right.
Because homeboy didn't pulled his hamstring. But Jameer Gibbs was killing them,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so that loosens up everything else, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to have that running game, man. Without a running game, your offense is in trouble. If you don't have an effective running game, Jamar Gibbs was so fast and quick, and he was getting out of there, so that loosened up everything else. They had to, you just couldn't flood the box like that, or if you flooded the box trying to stuff the run game, then that loosened up 1-on-1 and on the back end, or receiving core.
Hmm. Wow.
Okay, okay.
So let's talk. Where are we at? AFC South.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Houston Texans,
Okay.
Indianapolis Colts,
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville Jaguars, Tennessee
Okay.
Titans.
The Texans can run away with it
I agree. I agree.
because of
I
their
agree.
quarterback,
I
right? And I don't know about Anthony Richardson at in Indianapolis. I don't know.
Hmm.
He's still an unproven commodity. He's strong. He can run. He can throw. And I believe he has a mentality, but to put it all together
Mm-hmm.
in a tense situation is what's necessary. Can you
Right.
quarterback when you down by 3 and it's 5 minutes left on the clock and you got to get your team 65 yards, then you have to come back because they probably going to do some of the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then with 2 minutes and 37 seconds left, can you do it again?
Hmm.
Are you consistent enough to deliver a ball where you throw your receiver open,
Right.
right? He may not be open when he come out of his break,
Right.
but you throw him open.
Yeah, I got that.
And
I got
so,
that.
he has a great receiver in Michael Pittman,
Mhm.
but can you deliver a ball in the clutch that only your receiver can catch it, and you put your team in a position to win on a consistent basis? I don't know if he can do that because I
Mm.
think he got hurt last year.
Who's that?
Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
Okay,
he was out
so
for the majority of the season.
this really is kind of his, this is his inaugural season. This is his
Right.
rookie season.
Right.
The Texans got CJ Stroud, who just blew the doors off everything.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing about that is now everybody knows about him, so they're
Right.
gonna plan for him.
That's what it is.
And then you got, who are the other two? You get Tennessee, Boo Boo,
Jacksonville.
Boo Boo. Jacksonville actually got a decent quarterback. I like Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
Um,
I think they paid him too quick though.
yeah, they paid him real quick. But
paid him too quick.
here's the thing about Trevor: if they put a team around him,
Yeah,
they'll win.
Yeah, he'll shine.
Yeah, they'll win. But Tennessee is Boo Boo.
Wow.
And they got Will Levis, I think that's his name.
Yeah.
Quarterback.
Mhm.
He's a good dude. I like him. He's tough. He's a rah guy. He's gonna get everybody fired up. But they got to put some pieces around him.
Mhm.
And so I'm concerned about them being able to compete every Sunday.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, because you got to have pieces around you.
Right.
That's what makes San Francisco so good.
Yeah.
Is Brock Purdy is a good quarterback, but
Mhm.
he's a great quarterback with Debo Samuel,
Right.
Christian McCaffrey.
Mhm.
Right now still Brandon Ayuk.
Mhm.
You got them dudes around. You got George Kittle.
Yeah.
And your defense is a monster.
Right.
That dude's a great quarterback, about to get paid.
Yep. Now, see, when you talk about that, they was talking about. Remember they was talking about Jimmy G.
Mm-hmm.
So you know where Jimmy G is now?
With the Raiders, right?
Nope.
Where's he at home?
Rams, trying to make the team.
Oh, he gonna make the team.
They said he's in, and they said he might not even make it.
But you know what? He ain't gonna be out of work.
He ain't gonna be able to work.
He
though.
ain't gonna be out. They gonna pick it. Somebody gonna pay him to come
Right.
play.
Right. But they said it didn't work with the Raiders.
So wait, the Rams are okay. So you got Matthew Stafford. Who's the other dude?
I think they got another. It's probably a.
Is a dude from Georgia, right?
Yeah, I think so.
The
But
national champion dude.
the quarterback.
Yeah,
I think so. Let me see.
little man.
Little man.
He ain't that big.
The Rams. What is it? No, they didn't. No. The rookie they got Blake Corum from Michigan.
Like that's
No,
a
I'm sorry,
that's running back.
Oh, no, they don't have. No, they got Stetson Bennett as their backup right now.
That's who it is. That's him.
Stetson
Bennett's from
Okay,
Georgia.
Okay.
So Stetson Bennett, if his learning curve is picked up, then he probably could carry a team. But they have what's his name, Puka, the receiver, and Cooper Kupp.
Yep.
If Cooper Kupp can get back to form before he got injured, they got a good receiving core.
Yeah.
And they need a running back. I think they might have one. I'm not sure. You said they got Blake Corum?
They got Blake Corum.
Okay. Only thing about Blake Corum is now he's tough as nails. Don't get me wrong, Blake. Don't get mad at me, dog. But you little, so you can hide. But once you come through that line, see, here's the thing about NFL. Everybody in NFL can run.
Right. Right.
You can get hit from anywhere. Right.
Yep.
That's the thing about it. Everybody in NFL is fast. That's why they say the biggest transition for a rookie to a pro is the speed of the game. The speed of the game is so fast because everybody can run.
Right.
You got linemen that can run you down. Defense. So everybody, it's not like, you just gonna outrun everybody unless you got Tyreek Hill type speed, which is not a whole bunch of people.
Not a lot of people.
Right.
Right.
And that's what makes Miami so good. They got a couple of them dudes, Waddle and Tyreek Hill can run. But unless you got them dudes on, and they little. So if somebody smacked the snot out of them,
they done.
You ain't getting up. Sit down.
Oh yeah.
So that's the thing about it is you have to have you have to have somebody, you have to have that understanding that you're not going to outrun a whole bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be quick rather than fast. You got to be able to get the first down, get out of bounds,
Okay.
unless you can go to the house,
Okay.
to the residence.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about your Chargers since we on there.
Man, we struggling. The only reason we struggling, we don't have no receivers. I'm not gonna say we don't have receivers. We have unproven receivers. We
Okay.
got McConkey, who's a rookie. You got Brandon Rice, rookie. You got Josh Palmer, I think a second, third year guy.
Mm-hmm.
You got a couple more. They're just unproven. Josh Palmer, I think, is proven, but we have a lot of unproven out, on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
We really don't have a defined running back. That's why they cut them corners on you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Hardball spent his time building that line. Now that line is A1.
Okay.
That line is all pro from left to right,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So they put Joe Alders in there. He's gonna start, I think, left or right tackle. You got Christian Slater. You got some big dudes in there. And Justin Herbert keep him upright.
Mm-hmm.
Now here's the thing: if the line is right and they stay right, I think they're going to be competitive. I think they're also going to be competitive because the defense is more. They're hyped up because now they have a legitimate, and not that Brandon Staley wasn't a good coach, but he's not Jim Harbaugh.
Okay.
So, you know, anytime your team give up on you, you know it's the end. But Jim Harbaugh don't play that mess.
No, you don't.
So, the team is going to respond to him differently.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to have a fighting chance. I think they have a chance to be a wild card. They have an outside chance to win a division, but that's a far outside chance because they got to beat Kansas City twice,
Right.
and then they got to turn around and beat the Raiders twice, and then they
Mm-hmm.
got to turn around and beat Denver twice.
Mm-hmm.
You
But
know,
Denver, I don't know.
here's the
Denver,
thing about Denver, man. They got Sean Payton is out there coaching,
yeah.
and so now they got their guy. They got Bo Nix.
Yeah.
So and they not a bad squad. And
Right.
so that's what I'm saying. The Chargers have to at least break 50% on league play.
Okay.
With one of them, they got to beat the teams, both teams at home and away.
Okay.
So, is it a rebuilding year? They'll tell us if it's a rebuilding year if they start off 0-5, 0-4, 2-4,
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
they got, I'm a Chargers fan. I'm diehard, but I'm realistic that they got to prove themselves every Sunday. It's not like when they show up, like Tom Brady. You knew, you held your breath
Every
if it
Sunday.
was 10 seconds on the clock,
Yep. And
and
Brady had
he
the
had
ball
right. Because you knew your team could lose
at any given
at
time.
any given time. So the Chargers are not even close to that.
Wow.
Now, here's what I've always said: if Justin Herbert does not produce,
Mm-hmm.
trading block.
You think so?
Man, let me tell you something. I already said, and Justin, I think you're a fabulous quarterback, but you gotta have that confidence. You gotta have that dog in you,
Right. Right.
right? You gotta have that type of dog in you that says, I'm gonna take this game over. And even though they call you in a play, you
Mm-hmm.
at the line, you audible because you recognize them because you know it's gonna work because you that dog.
Right. 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 Right.
I'm gonna argue with the coach. Nah, coach, I got this. Give me the ball. It's about to go down, type of thing. So if he has to get that mentality that when he steps on the field, he's the man.
Mm-hmm.
Because he has a physical ability to do that.
But
The mentality
the
has to be
mentality.
there.
That's right.
You're right.
Yeah.
You can't be a nice guy out there. You got to be like, nah, we about to do this. Look, hey, go out there, number 5, go out there, give me an out, 15-yard out, get out of bounds. You give me that post. We gonna hit this right here. Boom. Calling 2 plays. We're gonna come back to the huddle on the 3rd play. We're gonna make this work. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you gotta do that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta do that. And that's what Caleb Williams has done
In Chicago.
in Chicago already.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
already said he loud in the huddle.
Wow.
Take complete control
Wow. Wow.
already.
Wow.
It's a rookie.
Hmm.
That's why I said the Chargers should have traded for him.
Yeah.
They should have traded Justin Herbert and took the 1 and 9. And yeah,
Yeah, you got to be the GM.
Yeah.
You got to be the
Yeah.
GM.
Let me be the GM. We gonna win the championship, baby.
So we on Realm Sports with Big Mike up in here. So talking NFL football. I think Big Mike. He can talk some football.
Yeah,
He can talk
man.
some football. So let's look at the what is it? Oh God. So we talked about the AFC, NFC. Who do you
Uh,
see? Who do you see coming out there? Who do you see the
oh
big dogs in
man,
the NFC? How about
San
that?
Francisco, no
Okay.
doubt. San
Okay.
Francisco and all of it,
Okay.
they are the team to beat.
Okay.
They the team to beat. Philadelphia. Here's the thing about Philadelphia is quarterback play. People are still not sold on Jalen Hurts.
No. And I heard there's some rumblings out of there too about him and the coach.
Yeah. So he has to prove himself. You can't blame the coach. The coach might get fired see, they usually blame the coach and fire the coach to, start somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But the writing to be on the wall if he get out there and is mediocre.
Right. Right.
He cannot be mediocre this year because he has two excellent receivers.
Okay.
Right. So you got Devontae Smith and he got the other dude, what's his name? Number 11, AJ Brown.
AJ Brown, yeah.
So he can't come out there. And then I think he got a running back by the name of out of Penn State from New York Giants.
Oh, Saquon.
Man,
Saquon. Yeah. They got Saquon.
that dude's a monster.
Yeah.
So there's no, and then you got a decent offensive line. There is no reason not to win in Philadelphia. You got a defense that is, you got almost 11 brothers on defense. So there's no reason not to win. So if the quarterback, and he has to do more than just manage the game.
Right. Right.
You got to win the game.
Right.
Don't be the manager. Be the dude out there.
Mm-hmm. Now what I heard is like there's rumblings between him and the coach because they're not seeing eye to eye on plays. And Jalen has publicly said, "I'm tired. Every year it's different. It's something different."
And he might be right. But then if you're going to be the starting quarterback, it is, and I hate to say this, but this is what starting quarterbacks have the ability to do. You get to that line and you change that play.
Right.
You read that defense from the field level, real time, and you know all of your pinpoints. You know if the dude is pressing, if the outside DBs are pressing, or what is the corner, what is the slot DB doing? How is the lineman on the outside lined up? How his fingers look, type of thing. You can tell when somebody's getting ready to blitz, when they're gonna play zone, when they're gonna press, they're gonna play man on man, when they're gonna drop back. You got to be able to read all that,
right,
and make a decision split second, and deliver a ball that's catchable. You got to throw your receivers open.
Okay. So talking to that, what quarterback in the league right now you see as top tier?
Patrick Mahomes, top of the list. Let me see here. Let me see. Let me just run through my mind here. Raiders are crap. They need a quarterback.
Aiden O'Connell.
I don't even know who that is. I'm gonna say Brock Purdy because if he goes from manager to winner, where he wins games, it's hard to stop him. Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, I think he's a good quarterback, great quarterback. I think down in Jacksonville is a good quarterback. C.J. Stroud is a great quarterback. Tua, if he can stay upright. Tagovailoa is a good quarterback if he can stay upright.
Okay.
Yeah. Daniel Jones, New York Giants on his way out.
You think so?
Oh yeah. Even though he got Malik Neighbors. Yeah. If he don't win some games, his career is over.
Now, with that, you say like Daniel Jones is on his way out, even though you get the elite receiver that you need. What's the difference between putting that elite receiver with a good quarterback and a great quarterback?
Oh man, it's like night and day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the way that ball comes out off of that quarterback's hand and he throws it open. There's something about it playing receiver that when you know you got a quarterback that will deliver the ball where it's supposed to be,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's a difference. Okay. You remember when Aaron Rodgers went to New York? You remember how hype New York got in
Yep.
receiver? That makes everybody run their routes better
Right. Because you got somebody back
because
there.
you know the ball's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
He's confident enough that he know he can pinpoint that ball.
Mm-hmm.
When you know you have a quarterback like that, you play different.
Okay.
You
Okay.
play to win. You don't just play to get a paycheck. You play to win because you got a quarterback that know that can deliver that rock.
Okay.
And that makes a big difference for receivers. When
Right.
you don't have a quarterback that can't deliver that ball, be like, Psh, you ain't gonna get me broke off out here. That's how they think.
Yeah. And I saw, I don't know how real it was, but I saw a video of Devontae Adams in New Orleans, I mean, in Las Vegas. And Jimmy G was the quarterback, and he was throwing on the ball, and it just went right over his head. And he came back to the sideline, like, God, can you just give me? I was like, wow. He's
That's
like,
what
can't
I'm
even.
saying.
He said, I'm tired of this.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
He's running the route, and you can't get him the ball.
Do you realize his career about to be over because he haven't had a quarterback in 2 years?
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
They talk about cutting him, trading him, all this.
Mm-hmm.
That dude's still an elite receiver,
Right. He just don't have a quarterback.
right? And the brass, you know, the GM and the owner, they too stubborn to trade him to a contender.
Mm-hmm.
Like they should trade him to the Chargers. If I was the Chargers, I would trade for him.
Mm.
I get a year or two out of that dude. He's still an elite receiver. You know,
Okay.
oh, he's too old. He's it. Oh man, that
No,
dude
he's
just
a-
had a son. He got somebody to play for.
Right. Right. Right.
He's motivated.
Right.
Man, if I'm the Chargers, I'm gonna
We
give
on
you
the
a number.
Chargers.
I'm gonna if you a number 2, I'm gonna give you a number 2, a number 3, and then on the following year I give you a number 4 and in a 6th rounder. Give me Devontae Adams.
There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. So
Mhm.
so with that, since Big Mike that came in and we talking, we might as well start talking. We might as well start talking. So let's go back. Let's go back a little bit.
Okay.
Let's go back to AFC East.
Man,
Started
how
with
long
the
you been on the air, man?
I haven't been on the air. I thought I was on the air, but I wasn't really on the air, so I was talking
Okay.
to myself.
Okay.
So
Okay.
technically I got on the air when you got here.
Okay. You funny.
So let's talk AFC East.
Mm.
You got the Buffalo Bills,
Mm-hmm.
Miami Dolphins,
Mm-hmm.
New England Patriots, New York Jets. Who you got?
It's gonna be between the Jets and the Dolphins.
Really?
Yeah.
Why you say that?
Miami got too many weapons.
Mm.
They got Raheem Mostert. They
Okay.
got Waddle, Hill. I think they got a couple DBs on the defensive side. They got a good defense,
Mm-hmm.
and the coach is good.
Okay.
They love that coach.
Right.
If Tua can stay on his feet,
Mm-hmm.
they got a chance to go make a deep playoff run. The same thing with the Jets. The Jets got everything. They have receivers, they got defense, they got a line. They just have to keep Aaron Rodgers healthy. They keep him healthy, then, they were saying last year that the Jets was going to win the Super Bowl because of Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
That's what a good quarterback does to your team.
Right. Then he got hit by the sniper.
Right. And then and so he gives you the confidence because they know he can deliver that ball.
Okay.
And he makes pinpoint decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And so even though he's cocky and arrogant, may not be the best person to be around, but when he's in between them lines,
right,
he can ball out.
Okay.
And the receivers know that. They know when that ball's coming, it's gonna be there.
Okay.
Right. And so if you get yelled at, it's gonna be by him. Is you'll take that.
Right.
You'll see a receiver will take getting yelled at from a good quarterback.
Than a bad quarterback.
But they're the bad quarterback. Shut up, man. Shut up. Stop talking to me. Joe non-throwing self, right? Now I'm being nice. They be out there giving it to
I
him.
know they do.
So
I know they
yeah,
do.
man, when you got a good quarterback, you should have Isaiah on there. Isaiah can tell you when you got a good quarterback,
It changes the whole
it
game.
changes the whole game.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree
Yeah,
with that.
man. Steelers get so frustrated, man, with
I
people
agree
that
with
can't
that.
throw the ball.
I agree with that.
Hmm.
So when I was talking, and I was talking about the Jets, I said the Jets go by Aaron Rodgers.
Uh-huh.
If Aaron goes down,
That's it.
that's it.
They don't have nobody else.
Nobody. And was the dude that was there got scared?
Zach
Left?
Wilson.
Zach Wilson gone.
Bye-bye.
I think where is he at? Did he go to Pittsburgh?
He playing in the overseas league.
He's not playing
I don't know where
overseas.
he is. Zach, I'm sorry, dog. You just, you had a horrible year last year.
Now, what about the Bills though? We ain't talking about the Bills.
Well, they let Stephon Diggs get away from him. I think they got but they got another dude out of the draft. He's a rookie. He's a beast. His name is Keon Coleman.
Okay.
And I think he has the potential to replace Stephon Diggs. I think he's a little bit more athletic.
Okay.
I don't know if he has a route running technique of Stephon Diggs, but he's definitely an athlete. He can catch the ball. He's explosive. And that's probably going to be Josh Allen's go-to guy.
Okay.
I think I'm not sure if they got a couple other dudes. As long as they got a couple other dudes that can, some of them dudes went to New York to the Jets.
Yeah.
But if they get one more receiver that kind of balance that out, they got a chance to, make a run. I think
they could.
They could. I don't think they even close to winning a Super Bowl, but they'll be competitive.
Yeah. And I think I got my wife listening. So you better talk about her Packers so she can talk trash to you.
Oh, you know what? The Packers, I think they got their dude signed, Jordan Love, right? Gave him all that money.
Yeah.
But the Packers always seem to come up with a solid game plan, and you never know. You cannot take the Packers for granted. So they're always competitive. And the thing is, I don't think anybody really expected the maturity out of Jordan Love that he has shown. And so he has come and he's playing. He almost beat the 49ers. He was one of the passes away from beating the 49ers. So,
almost. Okay, so we got, oh my God. So we got my wife on here and Nikki Cotton on here say, yeah, talk about them Packers.
Yeah, the Packers are nice. The Packers are real nice. The thing about the Packers is they got to stay healthy because it gets cold out there in Green Bay.
Right.
And so the year starts off, everything is nice. But by the time we hit November, December, you're looking at snow. Even though they're used to it, if they can stay healthy and keep Jordan Love healthy, they got a chance to almost get back to the same place they were last year. Winning a Super Bowl, I'm not sure. Pieces would have to fall into place for them to win. But they got a real good opportunity to make a run into the playoffs as long as they got a running game, but they got to keep, I don't know, is James Smith, what's his name, still out there, that running back? Or did he leave, number 33?
He might have.
If he didn't leave, if he stayed there, because that dude was a good running back, then yeah, they got a chance.
See, so Karen's talking trash. She said, that's our element. We got this.
Yeah. All right.
But y'all couldn't get past us. So
that sounds personal.
Hush it up.
That sounds personal. So yeah, the Packers, if they got, as long as they got that running game, they'll be solid. They'll be solid team because Packers, you can't just take. There are some teams in the NFL you just say, you ain't gonna even show up.
Right.
We're gonna beat them with one hand tied behind our back.
Right.
There's some teams are like that, but the Green Bay Packers not like that. You got to come to play.
Right.
Yeah, you got to come to play them. Yeah.
So they got the Lions in their division.
Now here's the thing: the Lions just came out of nowhere in the last couple of years.
Right.
The main person being their coach. Their coach get them hyped up, and Jared Goff has come into his own.
Okay.
Now they got receivers. What they gonna do at running back? I don't know. I think they got somebody else, but they like DeAndre Swift. I don't know.
They have DeAndre Swift.
So, but they need Jamar Gibbs. So I hope his hamstring injury is a minor one. If it's a major one, that's a major blow to their running game.
Okay.
But their defense is solid, offense is solid. Jared Goff is coming to his own, and they got solid coaching. So they got the trifecta. Special teams is good. So, all three aspects of the game, they have a potential to go to the Super Bowl. They was really a couple plays away from going to the Super Bowl themselves.
Yeah. And it's Karen saying that Aaron Jones took a 4-year deal. That's their running back.
Where?
With them.
Oh yeah. So Aaron Jones is the man. So if they can keep him healthy and Jordan Love he got some young dudes out there on the outside that can catch the ball. I think Romeo Dubs is one of them. If they can, all them dudes stay healthy and keep their line right, they got a chance to do some things out there in Green Bay.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
But they might have a tough schedule because they came in right.
Oh yeah.
So if they got to play the top tier teams, then they're going to play every weekend. You can't take no weekends off.
Okay, so looking at their schedule, you're talking about the Packers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Regular season, they start off with the Eagles. First game of the season.
Where at?
In Philly.
That's going to be a hard game.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's in Mexico. Actually, they have it in Mexico.
Okay, so neutral site.
Neutral site, yeah.
Okay, so they got a chance. The only thing is, man, if the Eagles get that running game going, that's gonna get the whole team hyped up.
Mm-hmm.
If Saquon go off,
oh my God,
it's gonna be a problem.
Oh my God.
Them dudes gonna pin their mirrors back because they know. See, here's the thing. Here's what the running game does for you. The running game, when you got 5 minutes left and you got a 3-point lead and you're on your own 30-yard line and you need to get at least 3 first downs to seal the game.
Mm-hmm.
If you got a running game, it's going to get done.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And so if Saquon stays healthy and that line blocks, that gets everybody hyped up because then everybody start getting smacked.
Right.
Yeah, defense starts smacking when your running game is they get hyped up. So yeah, man, it's crazy.
So with the Packers schedule, they got. So I said the first game is the Eagles. Then they get the Colts at home.
That should be a W.
Then they get the Titans in
W.
Tennessee. The Vikings.
W.
The Rams, Cardinals, Texans, Jaguars.
They got a chance to almost be like 7-2.
Man, Lions. Yeah, their real test don't come till they play so that their real test of game is going to be Lions, Packers, and Niners back to back. Those 3 games right
now. I would say Minnesota could give them a run, but they just lost their quarterback.
Right. And they got Sam Darnold.
And Sam Darnold is
Sam Darnold.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't there.
So my nephew's out there playing for them, Jalen Naylor, who's going to be their number 3 receiver, but a lot of people was counting on J.J. McCarthy to be the guy.
Yeah, they were. They said he picking up quick.
Yeah, so that you just had surgery this week, so he's out for the season, and he's gonna have to start all over again. So I don't know what that does for the Viking Nation out there.
I think they're singing the blues out there.
Yeah, so they might be. See, that's what I'm talking about with Garoppolo.
Right.
They'll bring in Garoppolo. Garoppolo go out there and lead them to the playoffs. Because here's the thing that I notice about players. When you sign him to a deal, I don't know what it is, but something happens. It don't work out the way it should. But you bring him to a place for 1 year.
Right.
You don't expect to stay, but something happens. Something magical happens. And he gets in there, and Garoppolo can get in there. Even Sam Darnold can get in there, and they hit a streak and they start winning games. And that changes the mentality just for that year.
Right.
And it could happen. If Sam Darnold will do it, they get a quarterback, and if that quarterback can hold their own for a little bit, they can win a few games.
Right. Now, when we talk about quarterbacks, so I was talking earlier about it, that when you have a rookie quarterback, you usually get a veteran to try to bring him in.
Right.
Unless you got that legitimate rookie that one could just come in there, like in Chicago.
Right.
Where they got Caleb. Caleb could just walk right in there and take over.
Because that was the expectation. You know what? That's what he expected.
That's what he expected. Right.
That was his mentality.
So with What do you think about that though? As far as like say you drafted the number one quarterback, he's the best. He has the best thing because some teams have said, like JJ McCarthy, they
Mhm,
said they looked to go look at him. They went to go look at him in Michigan, and
mhm.
they found out that he can throw as well as get the ball off. He doesn't matter to him. He
Right,
just wants to win the game.
right,
So that's why they throw all their chips into him.
right.
What do you think about those teams that don't do that though? That don't have that backup plan?
That's why they stay at the bottom,
Mm, okay.
you know. Until the Chargers did that with Justin Herbert, they were just always mediocre team
Hmm.
since until you sounds like Dan Fouts.
Right.
So, those teams that don't invest in a good quarterback, you stay at the bottom for a long time.
Mm,
And then you got to build. See, it's not just a quarterback. You got to invest, and this is what Harbaugh did. And I'm not. I hate to.
he's
No,
on
I
the
don't
chart.
hate to harp on him, but because he's
He's on
doing
the
it.
Charger
Yeah,
bandwagon.
I'm on. No, it's not bandwagon. I've been with him since. Yeah, they had John Jefferson. You understand? Chuck Muncie. Stop playing with me. Um, but he invested in his line,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
Those years that Dallas was so good,
Hmm.
their line was tremendous,
Right.
and
Right.
this was off the chain,
Right.
right? So now when you invest in your line and you got a good quarterback, you can keep them upright, and your running game prospers.
Hmm.
Now you setting up for greatness,
Okay.
not just for 1 year, but for a few years, several years. And your defense vibes off of that,
Hmm.
right? So you got people that you start flying around on defense. It's a total team effort. It becomes a total team effort. So it's important to invest in a quarterback, but it's doubly, if not more important, to invest in the offensive line, which is that's what I think Jim Harbaugh did. I think any great team, Andy Reid does that,
Right. You got to
right?
protect your quarterback.
You got to protect your quarterback. So
Right.
you need solid linemen, and they're going to get those linemen. So the Steelers had always done that,
Hmm.
even though they struggled. They had always had a good line. But that's you got to have. It starts in the trenches,
Right.
right? And
Hmm.
so if you can get you a good line, good tackles that can, and guards in the center that knows how to run the game,
Hmm.
you gonna win. And I think that's why um, Kansas City has been so successful. I think that's why San Francisco has been so successful
Right.
because their offensive lines are tremendous.
Right.
Yeah, them dudes know how to block.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So when they come up for their deals, they should pay them dudes.
Absolutely.
So why do you think? Oh, what? Well, it's both ways. Teams and players. Why do you think teams and players hold out so much?
Because okay, the amount of stress and strain on the body is one thing. That's one. Two, you got to make your money while you can, because the average football life, I think, average football career is like 2 or 3 years.
Hmm.
It's very few people that get into that huge money. Them 20 years. So, 20 years is unheard of.
Right.
This ain't basketball,
Right.
right? And so, football is a physical, violent sport, and so you're not the average player, the regular player is not going to play more than 3 or 4 years. To get pension in the NFL, I think you have to play 6 years.
Mm.
So to even get that where you get that retirement is
Hmm.
6 years. And then, like I said, what your body goes through,
Right.
the hits that you take on your head, especially if you play line or if you play running back. Running back is not a glorious spot. It's
No,
a
it's not.
violent spot.
Right.
So you take all them licks, your body takes all them. If you ever look at receivers or running backs after they retire, their fingers all stuck out, because they,
Hmm.
broken fingers, all that. Joints are messed up. My son got a joint that's messed up, on his ring finger. So, um, your body takes damage, and so you want to be paid. You want to be compensated for that.
Hmm.
And then you got the brain trauma.
Right. Right.
So you want to be compensated for that.
Right. Right.
And you go your 3 years, you get your your signing bonus, whatever, you get your contract. But on that third year, you know that money contract. I think that's why Jamar Chase, because your body, in order to stay elite, you got to work out 12 months out of the year. You got to do the work. You got to continue run routes. You got to practice even in the off season. So your body goes through a lot. There is no time off.
Right.
Because football is so violent. You got to be ready. If your body cannot handle,
Mm-hmm.
what it goes through now they added a game. What is it, 18 games?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You in trouble.
Yeah. And some of the running backs are, they're asking for their money too, but the teams are looking at them like, "Are you really gonna be there long?"
See,
Now, another
mhm.
thing I heard was that a lot of them were asking for renegotiate their deals because their guarantee money ran out, or they didn't have the guarantee money to
See,
begin
some
with.
of that, if you got a big contract and you ran out of money, that's bad financial management.
But I agree.
That's horrible financial
I
management.
agree.
But then most NFL players go broke.
Right. Right.
So, you need a solid financial plan
Mm-hmm.
to, take care of your money.
Okay.
Now here's the thing. Football money is not the same as basketball money, and basketball money is just now getting to where baseball money is.
Right. Baseball's through the roof.
Baseball is crazy.
It's crazy.
Right? And people don't even really start going to the games until it's playoff time.
Right.
Right? A lot of people go to the games, but it's not full
Mm-hmm.
on a regular basis until it's playoff.
Right.
But them dudes give you getting, 10 years, 575 million. Are you serious?
Right.
That's ridiculous.
Right.
But football for a long time wasn't even close to that.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to get close to it, but here's the thing: you got to pay so many players. You got 53 players on each team.
Yeah.
So 53 players, 32 teams. You do the math. That's a lot of people you got to pay, and most players are league minimum.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Unknowns.
Mm-hmm.
And all the big money goes to the stars, especially your quarterback.
Right.
So running backs used to be the big stars. They not.
Mm-hmm.
Because running backs, they figured are a dime a dozen.
True.
But they not. It takes a skill to be able to play running back in the NFL, be effective.
And a lot of teams don't have that.
No.
They don't have that skilled running back. They're looking for them. They trying to mimic, or they see the blueprint for it.
Right.
And they try to do the same thing. But if you don't get that right running back, it's not going to work.
Right. That's why Emmitt Smith was so good.
Right.
He wasn't the fastest. He wasn't the biggest.
Mm-hmm.
But it was something about him being able to see that hole, be able to weave his way through the line and get those 10, 12 yards. And he was durable.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't get hurt.
Okay.
That's another thing. Are you durable?
Right.
Walter Payton was durable.
Mm-hmm.
Those dudes were durable. And so if you play running back and you're not durable, I'm going to pay you because they know you're not durable.
Right.
You got to be able to take them licks.
Wow. So this is Johnny Ray and Ray on Sports with my man Big Mike in the building.
Big Mike with Johnny Ray.
It's always good to talk to him. He always gives me some good energy when he walk in the room.
Yes, sir.
He walk in the room like he in the studio.
Man, I'm ready to eat too. I ain't ate. This man he got me on the radio. I'm ready to go get me something to eat. The food downstairs, my nose is blaring. Man, you mess with my emotions.
It's okay. So we coming to you live from the JMXR studio.
Oh my goodness.
What you say? Coming to you live. We appreciate everyone who listened. Once again, had technical difficulties to start off, but we came out pretty good.
Yeah.
If you want to rehear this podcast, it's going to be available on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on YouTube, on Facebook, all those platforms. Join me next week. I don't know if Big Mike's gonna be back next week.
Man, I'm gonna try. But I got 2 jobs. I got 2 full-time jobs. Y'all pray for it, brother.
2 full-time jobs.
Yes, sir.
If we can get going, we will.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for listening to Ray on Sports. I appreciate you guys listening and tuning in and chiming in and all those things like that. Y'all hear that? Hear that? Y'all hear that? It's Ray on Sports. Thank you guys for listening. Take care and God bless.